Thursday, September the 11th of 2025. It is Jupiter's day. Moon is currently in Taurus at, it looks like the 11th degree. Looking at the Sabian symbol here, a woman sprinkling flowers. It says the refinement of the ego, concentration of the mind on developing a mature sense of self, constructing a beautiful personality. As much as a flower is the resultant expression of sap rising and bud forming, so we can see the ego go through a process of stages in its development, beginning with physical urges and maturing through emotional experiences towards full understanding. This process wins our full and loving, though possessive attention as we nurture our own personal qualities, as does a gardener cultivating their flowers. All right, so it speaks about care. It says caring is valid for its own sake. Says this is to do with the high level of stewardship by which we build everything around us into an enduring organism for our own fulfillment. Included in this is our requirement to offer secure to those in need, because we want to do that to feel good. All right, so maybe you do want to care for others, specifically a woman wanting sprinkling flowers. All right, constructing a beautiful personality. I like it. It feels positive. All right, so in transit today, we've got Mercury at a sesqui quadrant over to Pluto. So Mercury is in Virgo, Pluto's in Aquarius in retrograde. We've got Mercury also opposing the energy of the North Node in Pisces today. Um, we're looking at the moon in Taurus all day with a quintile to Jupiter, a semi square over to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces and Aries. And then we see the sextile over to North Node in Pisces with the trine over to Mercury in the sign of Virgo. All right. Let's see what's going on overall. Mercury in Aquarius is coming out here. Rise and shine, you guys. Hold on. Mercury in Leo is here. A lot of Mercurian energy. I'm seeing the 5th and the 11th house in opposition. So it has all to do with your happiness and your achievements overall. What the future looks like. It looks like there's something I would imagine that you have an idea about. I also see that. Something that could be a little bit more innovative. All right. And it looks like communication is of significance. Heavy on the Mercurian energy. I see the moon in Capricorn. So it could be more so about your practical life and how you feel emotionally. I'm seeing the moon in Pisces as well. So the moon in the 10th and the moon in the 12th. This is earth and water. So again, this could be messages that are coming through with Mercurian energy through the subconscious state with the energy of the moon. All right, messages and how your emotions are feeling currently right now about your practical life. Maybe this is a message that's coming through about some sort of empathic synchronicity or sign that you feel is going to help you more so in your practical life. Something that you do that's very original. It kind of has anything to do with traveling as well. Mercury with Aquarius is the Six of Swords in tarot, and it kind of gives me this energy of like a transition that's going to be taking place overall. All right, there could have been a lot of drama taking place with Mercury and Leo's energy, having a lot to do with something that you did that was self-creative, or the way that you expressed yourself overall, because Mercury is the communication of expression, right? It comes through in a way where the moon energy is taking over. All right, it's like you're going to be receiving some sort of sign there. Show me more. Show me this Mercury in Aquarius and Mercury in Leo energy. What is that all about? So I'm seeing the opposing energies of the 5th and the 11th, and I'm also seeing the sextile from the 10th to the 12th house with the moon. Saturn and Aquarius. So something that you do that's very eccentric. You're original. Whatever you do, you're like catching the attention of other people possibly. All right. Look at these cards and the way they look together hand in hand with heavy Mercury energy, both in the 5th and the 11th in opposition. And clarifying it, it's you coming out being seen as eccentric. Saturn and Aquarius' energy. Saturn rules Aquarius' energy here. All right, so happens to do with like you having some sort of structure in your life, or being seen as very goal-oriented. It could be that you persevere towards, your accomplishments. You're very ambitious. You're unique in your own way. All right, something that you do that's original. It kind of makes you stand out, is what it kind of gives. All right, so let's look at the practicality and the empathy energy. So you can definitely be seen as an empath and utilizing this in your practical life. All right, so we have Venus and Scorpio with secrets. All right, maybe you're exposing other people's secrets. You could have interest in the occult. Okay, this could have a lot to do with getting deep into what is of the unknown. Okay, with through the subconscious state overall, and feeling it through the energy of emotion. Okay, and that seems to have some sort of inheritance there at the bottom of the deck. With however it is that you do something that's keeping it a secret, you have an inheritance on the other side with Saturn being in the sign of Scorpio. All right, just curious about that energy there. Where's my book? Oh, okay. 1 second, you guys. Welcome in. Let's see what this is. So the inheritance card says this is about managing an inheritance, dealing with other people's property, selling on behalf of another person, and an executor of a will, and or situations involving long and patient work. All right, so maybe that's what you do. You're very eccentric. You look into all the details. All right, you're very original. Mercury in the sign of Aquarius, it's someone that's analytical, right? Very efficient in what they're doing. To be sure that whatever it is that they're impressing people with, it could be knowledge, it could be wisdom, it could be communicating something out with Mercury and Leo and impressing a specific group of people. All right, it has a lot to do with like the secrets, all right, of how we utilize the practical life and the subconscious state and bringing that and utilizing that as an impact. Your loyalty could be tested here somewhat, or it kind of feels like you need to be one that's determined and or courageous or have some sort of bravery and whatever it is that you are bringing out as well. It's kind of giving me that. All right, just means that you have discipline and structure in your character. That's what's good. All right, show me the tea leaf energy here. It could be something about like socializing. All right. Show me this energy with the tea leaf deck. It says you'll be shown the way. Okay. You'll be shown the way. A fair woman is here. You probably have like a specific, I would imagine if you're an empath, you have a specific spirit guide here or something like that, leading you through whatever it is that you need to understand, especially if it has anything to do with secrets. That's crazy. Okay. It freaked me out a little bit. Top of the morning, rise and shine. All right. We got discord amongst family and friends here. All right, so you're going to be shown the way and how to deal with some sort of situation. It could be just slight tension because I definitely see that in the energy for today with Saturn that is in Pisces retrograding and Neptune in Aries that's also retrograding. All right, I feel more so the positivity coming towards the end of the day where we're going to see the moon in Taurus at its exaltation with a sextile to the North Node in Pisces, all about destiny and trining over to Mercurian energy that's in the sign of Virgo in its domicile. All right, so this is about a fair woman and a younger woman. I don't know what this is. Let's see. Something about paying attention to your finances. There could be something about some sort of secret inheritance coming in or someone thinks that of you. Or because of what you do, I would imagine whatever that's expressive here. I see 11th house twice, so this could be like you doing humanitarian work. This could be seen as something that's more so futuristic. Okay, you could be communicating about that and putting long and patient work into just that. All right, it kind of feels like you're doing some sort of theatrical work, but the theatrical work would be looking like something that you communicate. So if it's having to do with like bringing your practical life or understanding it empathically, the messages that are meant to come through, it's almost like a secretive type of language that someone isn't going to understand, and it's probably causing some sort of discord in between friends and or family, specifically with two women here. It says you'll be shown the way and how to connect with this energy of this inheritance. Under inheritance, there could be someone criticizing you. All right, and I also see Jupiter in Gemini with bluff. It has to do with whatever it is that you're communicating about, what you have knowledge about. Jupiter in Gemini is at its detriment. Typically, we've already gone through this transit back in 2023 into 2024. So what we're looking at is a shift that's taking place and how you're receiving some sort of communication. It's showing me heavy on like Gemini and Virgo, which obviously they're both ruled by Mercury. All right, so you could be criticizing what it is that you're communicating about. Maybe someone feels that you need to look deeper into whatever information you're receiving here, making sure that it's efficient in order to receive this sort of inheritance here. All right, but there's also heavy Scorpio energy, so maybe you're getting to the mysteries of something. All right, having to do with resources, so pay attention to your finances. Eighth house energy is going to be someone else's money. All right, someone else's resources. Let's see what's going on. Welcome in, you guys. Rise and shine. All right, someone working against you behind your back with the rat. I don't like rats and mice here. Not a good energy, right? Not a good energy. Damn. It feels a little toxic. I ain't gonna lie, it feels a little toxic. I would imagine you're getting some sort of good fortune here. I would imagine if you have the inheritance coming in, it's probably kept a secret or how it's going to come in. So great good fortune. And I see good fortune as I split the deck. Damn. So you got the 4-leaf clover and the beetle. Okay. Something like this. Show me more of what this is. Vacation is here. So you're going to be stepping away from something for a while. All right. Yeah, you're going to be taking a vacation physically and or mentally. So because of some sort of discord with, I would imagine, a friend or a family member or someone that's been working against you, you're going to be stepping away from a situation, but you're going to be shown the way, is what it says. All right, so this is a vacation physically and or mentally. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is the conscious and the subconscious. Overall, that could be the message. All right, something that you do that's original, that's eccentric. It helps you tap into, you know, the universe's secrets or whatever it is. I'm seeing Mercury and the moon. Obviously, this is about the mind and you having more so tapped into the subconscious state. Show me more. All right, you'll end up reconciling with this energy later on down the line. It says you're having some sort of protection from a powerful friend right now. All right. So there could be issues regarding money at this time. All right. Someone's dissatisfied with their life. There could be some sort of loss, whatever that may be. All right. And then I'm also seeing that behind that protection from a powerful friend, you're getting some sort of position of authority here. All right. And I would imagine be careful that temptation doesn't be regarding some sort of concern with sexual matters. All right. So if you're involved with someone romantically and you know that this person does not serve you, they could be stopping the opportunity because there's a sincere that's